Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I'm glad that you're here because Wednesday matters. And it matters because you're here. Because you have taken this hour out of your life to address your own spirituality, to get closer to the truth of your life, and to celebrate your life. And if you're not in the mood for celebrating, to hopefully change that mood before the hour is out, so that you really do realize what a magnificent thing you are. What a divine being. Before I go into what I want to talk about tonight, I want to remember to say thank you. Too often our hour goes by and I'm off the air and I suddenly think, oh, I didn't thank people. So I want to take a moment and do that. Thank you to our tech department, which is also our musical department. Some nights, if somebody else doesn't come up with something faster, um, our music is all a connection in the chat area that you link on, hopefully after the talk is over. Um, but it's kind of nice to finish the evening off. And Facebook doesn't allow us to use other people's music without written permission. It gets very complicated. So, so we just give you something to click on at the end of the show. And I hope you'll do that because we've really had some wonderful pieces picked out. And I would like to thank, in my gratitude moment here, I would like to thank those of you who have donated to the ministry. I'm very grateful for that. It allows us to continue doing and work on doing even better what we are already doing. And so I'm very grateful. Some of you have even put in automatic payments that just pop up once a month, and that's lovely, while others are making very generous donations on a regular basis. And if I don't take the time to say thank you often enough, please forgive me. I get so involved in what we're talking about. But I am grateful, and I do appreciate everyone and everything. Um, just a note. Nah, I don't need to mention that.
What?
I will be speaking for Unity Ventura next Sunday. But it is highly possible because I've been working on that talk. It's all done virtually, and so the talk has to be recorded early and then sent to the person who works it into the format for the entire show. And I've been working on that for the last 2 days. And for me, a talk isn't a talk until there's a click. You probably know what I mean. Something in my head goes, ah, that's it. Okay, I got it. And then I can run with it. And then I'm happy. Um, it used to be fun to do that on Wednesday nights when we were at Spirit Works because I would just start out blabbing about whatever, and then something would click, and off I'd go. And I loved that. I loved the feeling. I loved the experience. I loved everything about it. So Unity's Sunday Talk clicked for me um, about mid afternoon today, and I really got into it, and I think it's going to be quite good. If it's as good as I think it might be, I will do it again for you on Sunday, live. Um, but if you're curious about what that is, you can go to the Unity Ventura website on Sunday, and they run it live there, as well as on Zoom and Facebook and several other places. I go to the Zoom connection because that's what I know to do. But anyway, that's next Sunday at 10. Go from 10 to 11. And then you can get a quick snack or a fast lunch or file your nails or do whatever you do. And then come join us for an hour here. Sunday at noon. Happy Wednesday, Lainey. Glad you're here. It is a beautiful day, isn't it? A little cool and windy out here in the Ventura end of town, um, but still quite lovely. Quite lovely. It's been a beautiful day, and I love beautiful days, don't we all? There's just something about it. It was a spring day today. Now we're getting a little overcast out here, but we'll live. How's your painting coming? How's the dining room? Are you done yet? Or are you still working on it? And should I keep praying for your aches and pains? Let me know. Hmm? Keep me posted on what you're doing. I love to know. I am just naturally a snoop, I think. I'd like to think I'm just curious, but I think maybe I'm just snoopy. Anyway, I love to know what people are doing, and I definitely love knowing what to pray for and whether or not I need to keep praying or alter the prayer or cut it out because the deed is done. So let me know. Let me know. I'm glad you're here. Um, I'm always amazed. Well, I'm not always amazed. I'm always somewhat surprised to learn that people are here that I didn't know were here because they don't necessarily say anything while they come in and they listen to the talk, and then sometime later maybe leave a comment, and I go, they were there. I didn't know they were there. My daughter does that very frequently. Stops in and doesn't say anything until maybe the very, very end. But at least she lets me know she's there. Um, and then, of course, there are those who listen to the replays or come in at some time. I guess you don't call it a replay, do you? What do you call it?
Well,
Technical department.
uh, a, well, a
It
rerun.
a
It's a
rerun.
rerun. Yeah.
I'm in reruns already.
It's a recap. Let's call it a recap.
A recap.
A recast.
A recast.
Recast because it's a well,
It's a
podcast.
podcast, broadcast, narrow band.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I don't know what it is.
Recast. Listening to the recast.
Listening
like
to
that.
the recast.
You heard it
Okay.
here first.
Okay. The recast. Do we like that, Lainey? Let me know. And so, how's it going? How's your life? What should we be praying for? Hmm? Hmm? Let me know. Let me know. I love praying for you. I really do. And the more of you I'm praying for, the happier I get because I just love the process. So if there's anything going on in your life, and it doesn't have to be big or huge, um, although sometimes it is, and if it's a change you want, if if it's a betterment, um, that's as good as a crisis anytime. So just let me know how you are, what's going on, um, what you'd like a little prayer support for. And I'm on it because I love that. I sit out in my little patio in the morning and watch the squirrels and feed the birds with Tipsy, our puppy, who's 11 years old. I guess that makes him not a puppy. Um, or is he 12 now?
Tipsy's 12 now.
Gypsy's 12 now.
12 now. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, how fast that happens. Hello, Tina. Glad that you're here. Happy Wednesday. Have I talked to Dana? I have not talked to Dana. We have messengered. So I know what's going on. And I know she's still waiting for a date for surgery. That was as of this morning, I think. So let me know if you know more than that. Ooh. Oh, Lainey. Lainey. Okay, newness in the body. Return to the original blueprint minus bruises and aches and pains, huh? Okay, ice and heat now, good. Ice on for 20 minutes. Okay.
And you do it in 3 repetitions.
Check with the doctor.
Off, and
3 times.
3 repetitions. to
and then quit for a little while.
yes, and then you do that 3 times a day.
Okay. Did you get all of that, Lainey? Heat on 20 minutes, ice on for 20 minutes, 3 times, then you quit for a while. 3 times a day. Okay? 333.
So it should be about a 90-minute process each time.
I can't do the math on that. Yes, I can. Actually, if it's 20 minutes and 20 minutes, that's 40 minutes, and you do that 3 times.
That's right.
That's 120 minutes. That's 2 hours. 120 minutes. 60 minutes is an hour.
All right, but you can be doing. I mean,
You can be doing other things.
Or watching
Yeah.
TV or chopping on.
Read, watch TV, wrap an ice pack around your knee. We've got one that's portable. It's got lots of Velcro on it, and I just love it because it lets me do what I need to do. Oh, your hands are hurt too. Ow. Oh, Lainey, good news. Good news, good news about Ginny. Thank you. Thank you so much. And say hi to everybody and give everybody a virtual hug for me, would ya? Or a real hug? Yeah, chiropractor's probably a good idea at this stage. And find some nice soothing balm for your hands. Ow. Ice and heat. Good. Beer. Yeah. Couldn't hurt. I have a client that I work with, and we end almost every session with, go ahead now and, do the white wine treatment. and she does, and it works. Hi, Dana. Darling, we were just talking about you. Well, not about you. Your name came up in conversation. Oh, how do I make that sound right? Hi, sweetheart. We those of us that are here in the moment know that you're waiting for a surgery date. I haven't said any more than that. Feel free if you would like to. Confidentiality. I don't like telling other people's stories. So, but I figured I could say you were waiting for a surgery date. So if you want to fill people in on details, please do that. I'm so glad you're here. Mostly, I'm just really, really glad you're here. And Lainey was letting us know that Ginny got word that she can go off dialysis. So yay, Ginny. Please tell her to Lainey when you see her that I have not been good at communicating. I don't text well. I mean, I know how, but I don't like it. And up here in the area that was burned by the Thomas Fire so badly in 2017, they still haven't replaced all the towers. So our cell phones don't really work real well up here. Some days they work, some days they don't. A lot of times we go out of here and down the hill and a few blocks, and all of a sudden the phone takes off like crazy, and there's 15 messages on there that it never let us know we're coming in. So just let Jenny know that in spite of the fact that I have not been communicating with her well, I have in fact been praying for her every day. And I am so thrilled to hear that she can go off dialysis. Yay. Hello, Brenda. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Glad you're all here. Yay. It's a good night. It's a good Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We'll pray at the end, and if you've got an issue you don't think I know about, please be sure and put it in the chat area so that I can catch it before we pray. Otherwise, yeah, okay, that'll work. Oh, good, Lainey. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Love you, people. I just love you. Do you know how wonderful you are? Do you? I hope you do. If you don't, let's talk. In fact, let me talk about what I was going to talk about, which is how wonderful you are. Okay? Let me go there. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Hold on.
What did you do?
I pushed the wrong button, but I unpushed it. So I'm fine. I probably didn't go away for most of you, but I went away for me. All of a sudden, I wasn't there. So, here's my question of the night. What's on your mind right now? You know, there's a song that says you are supposed to wake up in the morning with a smile on your face. Got it? And know that you are beautiful and, according to metaphysics, whole and perfect and complete. Everyone, every day. Everybody got that? Good. So, is that what's on your mind? That you are beautiful, that you are whole and perfect and complete? Or is there something else taking up that valuable space? Did you go to sleep last night with something other than your perfection on your mind? Not happy thoughts. But you are beautiful. Yeah, right, I'm beautiful. But I might not be so beautiful or so happy or so whole or perfect and complete next week if I don't solve this thing that's going on, this thing that's keeping me awake. So, what's on your mind right now? Are you thinking beautiful? Life is good, it's rich, it's fabulous. Are you thinking that? I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I am whole, perfect, and complete. My life is good. Everything's going my way. Are you thinking that? Or is there something else on your mind? Maybe it's that thing that happened last week. You know, that thing. Something happened to you last week. I know it did. You're breathing. Something must have happened last week. If nothing happened, you'd better check your pulse. Something happened to all of us last week, didn't it? Everything did or didn't go exactly as you thought it would, right? Now, see, some of you were searching your mind for what bad thing happened last week, aren't you? Here's something to consider. I didn't say it had to be bad. I didn't say it was going to be bad. I said something happened. Maybe it's that your mind is on bad. Is that where your mind is? I can tell you that the people who are smiling tonight, who woke up today with a smile on their face, are thinking of the good thing that happened last week. Some of the rest of you are going over that other not so good thing that happened last week. Or maybe it's still happening, even as you are sitting here. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe your mind's on that thing that's gonna happen next week. Something's going to happen next week, I guarantee it. Something will happen next week. Might be good, might be bad, who's to say? But something is for sure gonna happen next week as long as you are still breathing. Some of you are already worried about it, aren't you? Even if it's gonna be good. Yeah, I know it's good, but it's gonna change things. Well, yeah, of course it is. But you're changing all the time, so what's the matter? See, what we need to know is that what's on your mind matters more than the matters that are on your mind. Let me say it again because I know some of you were thinking that doesn't make any sense at all. But trust me, it does. What's on your mind matters more than the matters that are on your mind. Let me ask you a few questions. Are you looking forward to today? I know there's not a lot of time left in today, but there is some. Are you looking forward to it? Okay, how about tomorrow? Are you looking forward to tomorrow? How great it's going to be. How filled with wonder and beauty and love and miracles. The weather is fine. It's weather. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Yeah, but I'm going to be doing fill in the blank all day tomorrow. Who cares how great it is out there? Or, look, I'm already planning on worrying about that thing that's going to happen next week. It's going to take time to do that. Leave me alone. Maybe if the day gets really exciting, I'll sweep out the garage. Great. Let it go. Are you looking forward to tomorrow and the next day and the rest of your life? Are you? Do you know that they are going to be glorious, wonderful, packed with miraculous things? Yeah, sure, just as soon as you get past the thing next week, right? Huh? No! Now, right now, I want you to change your mind. I want you to get over what you think matters because it's really important that you do. Job says in the Old Testament, "What I fear most comes upon me." Some of the wisest words in the entire book. We tend to kind of just skip right over it, the Job thing. But we shouldn't. It's a fascinating story. A guy suffers and suffers and suffers because the big guy keeps giving him more and more to suffer about. I mean, he's really suffering. He's got physical stuff. His family's screwed up. Whatever can go wrong has gone wrong big time. It's a great story if you like melodrama. But it's got a happy ending. Sort of. What I fear most, he said, has come upon me. Well, you know it does. It does. And it brings friends. So here's my thought for you today. If what you fear most comes upon you, and if what you are fearing most is not what you want to have come upon you, don't you think something needs to change? And if it's not them or it, maybe it's your mind. Maybe it's your mind that needs to change so that what you fear most will not, in fact, come upon you. What else is there to change but your mind? If you can't change them, and you can't change it, if it happened in the past, it's over, it's done, it is what it is or was. And you can't change what already happened, but you can change what you think about it, how you continue to react to it. So there you go again. You have to change your mind. And friends, you can certainly change your mind about what hasn't happened, can't you? No, I want to worry about it. Fine, worry about it. But I'm here to tell you that it won't do you any good to worry about it. It won't. Haven't we all had the experience where we've worried and worried and worried about something, and then they canceled it at the last moment? And then we're almost ticked off. I spent the whole week worrying about that, and you canceled it. It was going to be awful. But, It doesn't do any good to worry about what's already happened because it's happened. And it doesn't do any good to worry about what might happen because it might not happen. You with me? Or it might happen very differently than you thought. So why not just change your mind? I mean, where does that fear come from anywhere? Where does it live? But here. Fear isn't a real thing. It feels like it is, but it's not. It's a reaction. And sometimes it's a reaction to something that is also not a real thing. FDR said we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Fear is right here. You don't have to go looking for it. It's right here. So change your mind about it. That's not so easy, someone just thought. I heard you. Why? Why is it not so easy? You change your mind all the time about things, don't you? Hemlines go up and down, hairstyles change, colors go in and out. You had big hair, now you have little hair or very little hair. I know, I understand. I originally started dyeing my hair when I was 18 because it had too much red in it. Honest. Then I had to pay to put the red back in later. And as of last week, I I changed it again because I changed my mind. Well, isn't that the way it goes? God gives it to you as a gift when you're young. And sometimes, if you don't take it gracefully, sometimes you have to pay for it later. There's a life lesson in all of that, the gospel according to Clairol. So you decide to have a picnic, right? Picnics are good, harmless, fun. You pack all the stuff the night before, you get it all ready, you've got the blanket in the car, you've got the basket ready to go, you've got your summer outfit on, you walk outside, and it's raining. Now, you can either decide to have a picnic in the rain, which I happen to think is kind of a cool idea. One of the best dinners I ever had was at a resort where the skies opened up and it poured before they served the main course. So they brought us all out garbage bags and cut holes in them for our heads, and we put them on and sat there and ate outside in the pouring torrential tropical rain and had a ball and never stopped laughing. Wine did help. Okay, so back to our picnic. You can go back in and get your umbrella, or you can just come in from the rain and have an indoor picnic, which is also a fun thing. Or you can come inside and complain about the rain and how it ruined your day. You have options. Lots of them. But you have to change your mind in there somewhere. Because if you insist upon just doing it the way you were going to do it, it's not going to be the experience you expected it to be. And you're going to end up mad or disappointed. It isn't always easy to instantly change your mind. But sometimes you just have to. It's raining or not raining. You have to. It's cancer. You have to. It's flooding. You have to. If you're going to die of it or get wet because of it, you'll have to change your mind fairly quickly. If it just makes your life a little uncomfortable, we tend to start deciding it's going to be hard to change my mind. Some of you can change your mind easily about health issues. I've watched you do it. Achoo! Somebody says you've got a cold. No, you say. Some of you are really good at it. You just don't get whatever it is. I don't get the flu, and you don't. Other people just keep affirming that they get whatever is going around, and ta-da, they do. Change your mind. I can't. I get it every year. Okay. But what if you exchanged the word flu for relationship, or job, or money, or picnic? It's all the same thing. We just decide what it is that's hard for us to change our minds about, and that becomes our truth. Why? Because it matters. It's all matter. Didn't you pay attention in science class? It's all matter. Some of it's more matter than others, I guess. We need to change our mind and put mind over matters. And what we need to know is that it isn't just your mind. There's no my mind and your mind and the mind of God. There's only one mind. God's mind. And we're all in it. Our mind is a microcosm of that macrocosm. Now, pay attention here. I am not talking about your brain. If you were thinking about gray matter, that's not what I'm talking about. We've all got a brain. Almost all of us have a brain. And hopefully it's working, and that shows. Theoretically, we all use that brain, though it doesn't always look that way. There was a time when science said that this part of your brain did this, and that part of your brain did that, and if you lose any one of those sections, you can't do that anymore, ever. Except it's not true. It's not true. They started studying children who had illnesses in their brains where, in order to save their lives, they had to take out whole parts of their brains. And they said, he's alive, but this child will never fill in the blank, walk again, talk again. Except they did. They do. They had to learn to do it again, yes, but they did. There is something that uses the brain. It is that thing within each one of us, the thinker that uses the brain to think. Have you ever noticed that if you pay attention, you can watch yourself, watching yourself, watching yourself? It's like getting caught between two mirrors and having the picture, the image, just reframed and reframed and reframed until it reaches infinity. You can watch yourself thinking about something. I'm watching myself right now, thinking about watching you, even while I'm talking. And I could probably take it back a few more steps. But if I do, God knows where I'll go, and I may not want to come back, so I won't go there. There's a thinker who uses your brain. There is a visionary who sees with your eyes. There's a feeler that senses with your touch. There is a spirit that lives and moves and has being in and through you that is bigger than your life. It's the wisdom in every cell that knows how to heal itself. It is the master engineer that knows how to get you from here to there with just a thought. There's that in which everything lives within each of us. And we can go to the well and draw out what we want or need, or we can stand by the side of the well, our arms around our bucket, and insist that what we have in the bucket is all that there is. We do that. We say, this is what I've got. There's some good stuff and some not so good stuff, but it's my bucket. You can see the stuff in there that Mom gave me and the stuff that Dad gave me and the stuff that I got from my first relationship. And there are the family diseases. See those? And what's in the bucket is mine to keep forever and ever. Amen. Unless it's not. Unless you can choose to keep some of the things in the bucket and pour some of the other things out of the bucket. See, what we need to know is that nothing is set in concrete. Everything flows. Nothing in the bucket has to stay in the bucket. Things change. You've changed. You're walking and talking, aren't you? You weren't born that way. All that you are could no longer fit into the skin you were born into. None of you were born talking or walking, singing, loving. You've changed. It's good and it's natural that you would. People change. You change. We don't always see it, but it's always happening. And someday we're going to get really that all things come to pass. Because someday our spirit will say that our body is no longer sufficient to contain the magnitude of our soul. And it's going to take our body off and go change again. That much is guaranteed. You know, for a lot of years I thought that mind over matter was like an exercise of will rather than an exercise of free will. I thought you had to concentrate on something and really concentrate on it and really hold it in place and hope that it didn't move too much. I think differently now. So, back to my question. What are you thinking about? What's the matter? Got it? Good. Now get over it. Know that you are bigger and grander and more powerful than whatever it is. There's a power within you stronger than it is. There is a mind within you more intelligent than it is. Get over it. Don't let it get you down. Mind your mind. In The Science of Mind, Ernest writes, train your mind to think what you wish to think. Train your mind to think what you wish to think. You can do that. He goes on, to feel what you want to feel. And place no limit on principle. I love that line. Place no limit on principle. Don't limit God in your life. Don't limit the power of creation in your life. Whatever was the matter, you are greater than that. That's the bottom line. Get over it. Life loves you. Change your mind. There's a world of possibility within you. Change your mind. Don't let little matters get you down. Put your mind on the power of creation within you and don't let anything else matter. Know this with me. If you want, even say this with me. I thank God this evening for these little matters, for these little devils that have been on my mind. They brought me here. I thank life for those medium-sized matters, the ones that troubled my sleep, slowed my step, and fogged my brain, for they got my attention and brought me here. I thank the Almighty for even those great big matters, because I realize that it is no big matter to God. I am here in the presence. And nothing else matters. I know that there is a power in this universe a power in my life for good. And it lives and breathes and thinks and creates within me. I know that it is unlimited, unbounded, that it is the solution to every problem, that it is the healing of every dis-ease, that it is the mending of every heart. The truth of every life. And it is here and now and mine. I live and move and have my being within it. So I am grateful tonight for the bodies that are healed, for the minds that are clear, for the lives that are transformed. I am grateful for the extra dose of courage. The courage to step forward and live life at a higher level. And I am grateful most of all for the peace within me. A peace that passes understanding. And I believe that what I believe most comes upon me. So now, I believe that God and I, creation and I, are one. And in deepest gratitude, I live my wonderful life accordingly. And let it be so. And so it is. But Heidi, your head is such a fun place to be. There's so much creativity going on there. Thank you, Dana. Oh, good, Heidi. We're always glad when the little devils go away. You know, sometimes you can't get them all out at once. They each have their own agenda, and what frightens one and makes it run away doesn't necessarily affect another. So you have to just keep working at it. Right? Right. Trust me. Yes, Heidi. Liver enzymes are normal. Yay! Yeah! Okay, so can I take that off the list, or do you want me to keep it on? You let me know. Hi, Don. Thanks for making our day better. And thank you for the beautiful wreath. I hope you got the pictures that Kat took of the front door. It looks like springtime out there now. I'm so thrilled. Don's been expressing his creativity. Well, Don expresses his creativity all the time. That's what he does for a living. But he's been expressing it lately by making some beautiful wreaths. And we were gifted with one, which now hangs on our front door and is glorious. And purple, in case anybody is wondering, but I can't imagine why you would wonder that. Thank you, Don.
I'll post one of the pictures.
Oh, would you?
On your side, yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna post a picture. Oh, hi, Susan. I'm glad you're here. Off the list, yes, Heidi. Thank you, ma'am. I've got it right here. The little liver enzymes. See, they listen up. I am firmly convinced that all of us have a divine blueprint within us of healthy, happy pieces, parts, participles. There's a perfect image within each one of us of each one of those things, and somehow parts wander off and do strange things, or we do strange things to the parts, and they stop looking like the original image. And what we need to do is go back to the original blueprint and remind our body or our liver or our heart or our head or our hair or whatever part of us that it is to return to the original blueprint. It's in there. And the way to do it is in there. How else does a cut get healed? You get a cut. I got a cut the other day. There's still a little tiny mark where it is because I did something really stupid with a knife. I got a cut the other day. But I washed it out, I put a little peroxide on it, and I stopped worrying about it. And it's pretty much gone now, other than this little spot that I know will be gone in a day or two. Of course you say that's what happens. Cuts heal. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And at what point does a cut become too big to heal? Think on that. Think on that. I mean, it may leave a little scar behind. Sometimes they do. But you're not going to die of a scar. And I think a scar very often is just a reminder then. Don't do that again. See what happened? Remember? It's a little reminder. I've got a couple of cat reminders on me. Don't laugh. I do. I have a spirit reminder here, and I have a jasmine reminder over there, and they're reminders. Don't do what you were doing unless you want to see that happen again. Ah, Heidi, I'm so proud of you. When does the wound get too big? Heidi says when we make it too big to heal. Can we do that? Can we make it too big to heal? Or can we simply believe that it's too big to heal and therefore have it not heal? I mean, you might have to do some work with it. You put a Band-Aid on it if it's small enough. You put a bigger wrap bandage on it if it's big enough. Maybe even you get some stitches if it's that big. The cut itself is not the problem, is it? And there's a reminder in there. Somewhere in there, there is an intelligence that says, here, cut, this is what you need to do to return to the original blueprint. So if it's true for a cut, and we all assume, don't we just take it for granted that when you get a cut, it's not going to be a big deal? Because there's a blueprint it wants to return to. There's an intelligence within it that knows how to return it there if we will just get our great big fear that it's not going to heal out of the way. I like the way you think. Oh, there's a name for a show. I like the way you think.
I like the way you think.
I like the way you think. Let's pray. Shall we? Oh, let's pray. I love to pray. I love to pray with you guys. Oh. If there's anything you want prayer for and you don't think I know about it, and you don't mind everybody knowing about it, go ahead and while I'm praying, put it into the list, and I'll pick up on it because I'll watch the list. Okay? So close your eyes if that's good for you. If not, just soft focus. The whole idea is simply to turn your attention within to connect with the power and the promise and the glory that is within you. And a gentle breath. Or a great big breath if that's what you need to take. Do what's right for you. I am so glad you are all here. Where two or more, they say, are gathered, there in the midst of them is the presence of God. Imagine the presence within this circle. Not because God drops everything from the throne in the pearly city, but because it is there within each of us all along, and when we come together in the awareness of that, we magnify the presence and the power. All that there is God. And we are created in the image and likeness of that which is absolute perfection, so why would we not be that? Within us is the blueprint of perfection. And sometimes we lose sight of that. Sometimes we forget. And healing, I believe, is the process of remembering and realigning and trusting that there is that within us that knows how to replicate the blueprint and will do so. Calling upon that presence now, that power within each one of us. This I know. That Brenda's body recognizes that power within it, awakens to that power within it, and heals completely. And brings along with that healing the clarity and the guidance that she needs to decide her next steps. I know for Heidi that her liver has already paid attention. Thank you. Thank you for your return to normalcy. And now I know that Heidi can concentrate on celebrating the success of her new endeavor. I know for Lainey, a healthy body, hands and knees now returning to their own perfection. I affirm painlessness and comfort for her. And know that as she rests and sleeps, so the memory within her goes to work and heals and makes whole once again. I know for Dana, peace of mind, healing, painlessness, a return to the perfection in her body that has always been there and now awakens and reveals itself. And I know for Chris as well, peace of mind and a return to the original blueprint. I know for Tina, health and manifestation of her dreams. I know that that which has been in her head and her heart now becomes that which is in her life. There is no holding it back. I know for Tucker, peace, poise, power. I know for Kirk and Jennifer, excitement about their life. Unlimited opportunity that cannot be denied or not seen. And the courage to follow through with it. I know for Jerry Hempstead, a return to wholeness, a healing born in faith, and the replication of the original unsullied blueprint that lives within him. I know too for Christina and Christopher, peace of mind, faith in believing, joy in good news. I know for Kathy, the continued return to the original blueprint. I know that she is already getting better and that the speed of that betterment multiplies and that she is free of pain and worry and at peace. I know that. And I know for each of you, a return to the divine blueprint and a remembrance of who you are and what you are capable of doing. And joy in the doing of that. I'm grateful for all of that, and there's so much more that will come of that that makes your world, our world, a better place. And I let go and let God and let it be. And so it is. Do we have a closing song tonight? How's that for timing? Oh, well, isn't that absolutely the perfect song? Thank you very much.
Yep.
I thank you all for being here. I am so very grateful for your presence in my life. I celebrate you every day, especially tonight, as you take yet another step into your own magnificence. And so it is. Don't forget the closing song. Yes, Susan. And I'm grateful that you are here. Everyone, see you Sunday. It should be a bright, sunshiny day, no matter how the weather is.